Money don't mean that much to me. Right. You come right to me.
Yes, sir.
I was a young minister and a man bought me a beautiful briefcase. I accepted the gift. I said, thank you for the gift, brother. I really appreciate that. I said, but if you mess up, I'm going to double the punishment to you. Because if you think you can buy me with a little briefcase, I just want you to know that the law is the law. Don't you mess up, brother, because it'd be double time for you. Thank you for the briefcase. You can't be like God and let nobody buy you. You can't buy God. God is not a whore. And any man or woman that is a whore, you are not of God. You got to be right and stand up for a righteous principle. And don't bend on that principle. Die on that principle before you let somebody make you give up what is right for a few dollars. My son was with me when I was talking with them in Saudi Arabia. Billionaires. And I talked to them like I had the money. And they were poverty stricken. I said, I ain't come here to beg you for nothing. Allah is sufficient for me. I say you got wealth now, but it can be taken from you in the twinkling of an eye. Yes, sir. Did I say so?
Yes, sir.
See, when you try to make me a prostitute, that's when you make me rise up, or the God in me. I don't like that. I don't like nobody to think you can buy me with nothing. No. And that's the way you gotta be. If you want freedom, liberation, you don't let nobody take you off your goal for some trinket. Things you will get. But once you give up a principle, you get the thing, but you're very unhappy. That's why Judas, after he sold Jesus out for the 30 pieces of silver, he went and hung himself. He couldn't enjoy the money because he lost a principle. Do you understand what I'm saying?
And pay them to use their arms against their government. That is something that the American people have to decide. And evidently, the situation in Oregon with the Bundys and the Hammonds that could degenerate into something very violent is a sign. What happened in Waco is a sign. The American people deserve a government that is truly of the people, by the people, and for the people. They don't have that kind of government as we speak. I hear Mr. Trump and other white Americans say, we must take our country back. And my question, Mr. Jones, take it back from whom?
That was my next question. You were alluding to the Federal Reserve you've been a big critic of for 40, 50 years. Can you speak specifically to the Federal Reserve? You talked about Congress taking its power to print and coin the money back. In fact, we'll play a clip here where the former Federal Reserve Chairman on Lair NewsHour says, oh, the government has no control over us. We run the government. We're above the law. No one can question us. I mean, that is such an incredible statement. I mean, that's the real rulers right there, in my view.
That arrogance says that they don't even want to hide their deceit anymore. They boldly declare, we run this. And for the American people to think that a black man in the White House has taken over this country. You know, that is so far from the truth, because he's just the CEO of USA Inc., and they can either hire him or fire him for the job that he's doing, but he's not in control.
It's a shame that we are so corrupt, so in love with money, that we will sell out the future of our people for a dollar bill. Well, what are you going to do when the dollar crashes? That's on the way. So all of you who betray each other for a dollar, who kill each other for a dollar, who are bought off by a dollar, well, you're going to have to find another medium of exchange, because the dollar in a little while won't be worth a dime.
I need some money to pay my rent. God ain't gonna give that to me. What the hell I'm gonna worship God for? I need money. I hear you. What is money? Let's see if I got any. I had to dig deep to get that dollar. I know, right, brothers and sisters. What is that, man? Ain't nothing but a piece of paper, brother. Made from wood, pulp, with some ink on it, a dead cracker on it. Some numbers on it, some symbols on it. You won't kill flesh and blood over some damn paper. You crazy as hell. Get you a gun. Stick around. What you need, man? I need some money. Not running all out your damn nose, hands shaking. I'll give you the money, brother. You don't have to kill me for no damn piece of paper, then let some cracker judge put you in jail for the rest of your natural life over some damn paper. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's the fault of this crooked world. Here we are. If you look at your dollar bill, they say money talks. But we never did understand what it says. But it's talking. If you have a dollar bill in your pocket, you may just take it out. I won't take it from you. I just take it. If you look, it has Georgie on the cover. On the $1 bill, because he's number one. He's the first president. He's a Shriner. He had 32 or 3 degrees of masonry. You look on the back of the dollar, you see a pyramid with a missing block at the top, called a capstone, I think. And you have an all-seeing eye in a pyramid of its own, looking for the capstone. I'm sure he spied it. Over on the other side, you have an eagle, which is a bird of prey. It has arrows in one claw and an olive branch in the other, talking peace and ready for war. He had 9 feathers in his tail. I think it's 13 arrows. Check it out. That unlucky number for white folks. These 9 feathers in his tail. See, that's what gives you your tail is what gives you your balance. Those 9 feathers represent the 9 Supreme Court justices. And it's a very increasingly conservative Supreme Court that's against you, brother and sister. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 white stripes and 6 red here.
Come to 13 again. Then above it, in a sort of like a halo-like thing, you have 13 stars. And if you could draw a line starting from the top star down and then across and then up, and then the 4 stars right under the one, if you could draw a line across and then down, you'd see a Star of David. See, the real Israel has never been over there. The real Israel is right here, called the United States of America, run by Jews. Take it or leave it. When I went out with Khadijah, I may have had just $3. Khadijah may have had $15 in her pocket, but I never let her spend a dime of her money on me. And so I spent my money till my money was done. And when my money was done, I would never let her do nothing for me. She wanted to, but I had to maintain my self-respect as a young man. I'm telling you, this is my thinking at 16 years of age. No woman takes care of me. It is money and the misuse of money that breaks up homes. You can't have a good marriage if you're arguing every 5 minutes over what to do with the money. Now y'all got to sit down and talk this thing over. Especially if somebody wants to get you deep in debt and you say, well, sweetheart, let's take it easy a little bit. She may pout a while, you hold too, brother. Or he may pout a while, but you hold too, sister. Because debt will destroy your marriage, especially when you get into some little difficulty and you're not able to pay your bills. That's when you start getting insecure. And when you get insecure, I mean, he ain't got no peace nowhere. Man cannot have a peaceful home if his wife feels insecure. You're not interested in black people, but when we can make $1 for you, you become interested. When we can move you along, further your aims, your ambitions, your goals, you become interested in black people. But until then, you have no interest in us whatsoever. How dare you say that I'm bad for black-Jewish relations? What black people do you relate to? You don't relate to the black people on 43rd Street in Chicago, 63rd Street on the west side. We don't see a Jew. So what kind of relationship am I messing up for you? If you set up a black organization, somebody white knocking at the door, let me in. And if you don't let me in, you know, that's a racist group you're in.
What's up, amazing and beautiful souls? Guys, in today's video, we are going to talk about Louis Farrakhan's take on money. What does he have to say about money? What is it that he is trying to teach us? What is it that he is trying to instill into our minds? Remember, most of his speeches are so educational and they're going to be relevant like forever, honestly. Because if you listen to him with his wisdom, there is nothing that you cannot learn from anything that he says. Be it 1 minute, 2 minutes, 10 minutes. I mean, that guy is blessed. And I don't know if it's something, okay, about his speeches. I don't know if it's something that he learned or he trained, or is it a gift, honestly? Because the guy, even as I listen to him every day, most of these things we are supposed to be applying into our lives. It doesn't matter where you are. He fought for the rights of the black people, not only in America, but also in Africa, all over the world. He not only fought for the people of Palestine, for the people of Israel, but guys, this guy is generally wise. So his take on money, there is a question that he asked. Why is it that people talk about money talks? I can tell you, even here in Africa, money talks, and that is the reality. But what does Louis Farrakhan tell us? That, you know what? Don't be compromised sorry, don't be compromised by money, by use of money. And I was talking about this incident where somebody brought him a bag which had like so much money, and he received it and was like, thank you. But then he was like, he told this guy or this person, if you are giving me the money so as you can, or if you are giving me the money for with the intention of compromising me, then I'm sorry for that. And that is what he was trying to tell us, basically. Not just passing the message like by then, but now, we have to be in a position where we are not compromised. We have to be in a position where we believe in ourselves. But guys, these teachings, they make a lot of sense. But now, I don't know, here in Africa, money talks for sure. Nothing moves without money. But Louis Farrakhan says that, you know what, my good people, if you just, not like if, because if you use if, it's conditional. According to Louis Farrakhan, it's good to have a stand. And most people, or let's talk about even nations. So many nations will align to each other. Nation A will be relevant to nation B, to nation C, because of money, not because of unity, not because of just nothing, because of money. You get money from them, they give you at an interest that will drain your country forever and ever. Not just high interest, but extremely high interest. So my good people, I urge you to always listen to Louis Farrakhan, Minister Louis Farrakhan. This guy is awesome. This guy teaches us a lot. This guy awakens our consciousness. He's actually telling us to be alert, be open-minded. If you're given money and told to betray probably somebody, don't do it, because they'll be weakening you at the same time. You need to have a very strong stand that, no, I really want to promote my fellow friend, my fellow, he was even urging the Black Americans, like, this money that you're given, you don't use it to betray your sister, your brother. Use it to promote their businesses in the streets of America. That is what Minister Farrakhan is saying. And I concur with him, like 100% sure, guys. Because my good people, as much as money talks, we should be in a position to also believe in ourselves and be like, why should I be compromised? Why should I? You imagine moving from somebody who has integrity to somebody your reputation, just damaging your reputation because of money. And by the time he comes out and talks about that, it means that by then, a lot of friends in his cycle, a lot of families, or some probably members of the family, they were kind of being compromised. They were given money and told, you know what Farrakhan is saying isn't true. This is the truth of the matter. So he was trying to awaken their consciousness and tell them, money it's just a paper. In fact, there is a point where he came out with $1 and was trying to explain to these people what those symbols in the $1 bill meant, and it made a lot of sense. Thank you guys. If you listened to this video up to this point, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.